Hey Freedom Family, I'm Mark, and I'm glad you're here at _Freedom for Life _ where we get the tools, the truth from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. I'm glad you're here today because I have a question for you. Who are you? I know it's kind of an easy question, maybe straightforward, but the question is, who are you? And here's the second question after that. What if who you think you are is wrong? What if you're so much more than you believe you are? Well, stick around and I'm going to prove it to you. Let's get started, shall we? As always, as we're getting started today, subscribe, become a part of the Freedom family so that you can be a part of these conversations and be a part of the community. And hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any conversation as they happen, because we want you to be a part of it. Hey, we are about halfway through the year if you're listening and watching this video in real time. And because of that, I thought it'd be a great time to figure out, hey, who are we really? Who are you and who am I? I kind of understand who I am, but I'm wondering if you do as well. And here's the reason why. Sometimes we give a definition of who we are that's so much smaller than we really are. I don't know if I've been there in my life where who I was really attached to my job. So I'm a lawyer, or a person that works in a warehouse, or I'm a cook, or whatever the thing is that you do. Sometimes we define ourselves by that. Sometimes we define ourselves by our relationship, right? I am hers, or I am his, or I am theirs. I'm part of this family. I'm a part of this group, right? I'm a part of this team. This is our team. We live and breathe and die because of this team from this area that we love. Or we're part of something else, a group, a civic group, or whatever. But there's a multitude of things that sometimes we use to define who we are. But what if you're wrong? What if you're more than those things? What if you're more than your job? What if you're more than the relationship you're in? Even more than the marriage you're in. I'm not saying it's bad or you shouldn't be confident about that conversation, that community, that relationship you have, but what if you're more than that thing you're using to define yourself? And the reason I ask this is, I don't know if you've ever been there, but I've been in places sometimes where I've lost my job. And that kind of hits you, right? It kind of hits you in the gut sometimes. Not just because of the finances, but because, hey, I was this thing. Or even I was a provider because I was able to do this. I was responsible, or whatever the thing you did to attach that to you all of a sudden became you. And maybe you're more than those things that are happening in your life. Because here's the thing, when that relationship maybe doesn't work out, I'm not trying to curse you or anything, but sometimes it doesn't. What does that do for you? If you lose that job, like I said, or you're not part of the group, or oh my gosh, heaven forbid, your favorite team has a losing season. They don't win the championship. All of a sudden it becomes an identity crisis because I was that. And so you avoid your friends and the phone calls, those kind of things. You are so much more than the things that you identify yourself with. Because at the end of the day, you are the gifts, the talents, the abilities, your likes, your dislikes, the things that drive you, the things that drive you crazy, and everything in between. But you're so much more than them. You're a package of all those things, but you're more. And here's the interesting thing. The reason I tell you that is when you understand who you are, you also understand this, that if I am literally more than that, I am the person that I was created to be, then it actually doesn't take effort to be you. Sometimes we feel like we have to put on faces and masks and different personas at different times, but that's not you either. The you on the inside, the person you're created to be, this amazing talents and abilities and everything in between, literally is just you being lived out. You don't have to work it up. You don't have to try it on. You don't have to muster it up. You don't have to work really hard to make it happen. You on the inside, the you that you were created to be, this gift to the world that your name on it and your face on it, is something that is naturally you. And I say that because at the end of the day, sometimes if we're trying to do too much and we're trying to work something up, maybe we don't understand who we are to begin with. The gift to the world that you provide isn't your job, your skill, your talent, your ability. It isn't your sense of humor. It isn't your intellect. It isn't your knowledge or your abilities. It literally is you being lived out in front of other people. And it's something that is so easy to do when you start to understand who you are. So I come back to the question, who are you? If it takes work and effort to be you, then maybe it's not you to begin with. If it wavers and it comes and goes depending on your success or lack of success or emotional and relational romance or whatever the thing is that you're doing, your team wins or loses, right? This happens, that happens, the economy goes up and down, whatever those things are. If your feeling of identity goes up and down with them, then maybe you have a smaller picture of you than you should have. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this. You are so much greater than you think you are. You're so much more talented. You have so much more on the inside of you. You're so much more amazing than you know. My invitation for the rest of this year and the rest of your life is this. I wonder if it'd be an amazing journey to start to uncover who you're created to be and live out from that place the life that you're created to live. If you do that, I guarantee you, you're going to have a life that at the end of your days, you'll find great joy in the fact that you were who you were created to be. Hey, my name is Mark, and I'm glad you're here at _freedom_, where we absolutely give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. As the person you were created to be. And talking about tools, we have this course really gives you step-by-step instruction and mentorship and coaching on how to discover the fullness of who you're created to be. Really, it's called your identity. If you're interested in that, check out our Facebook or our Instagram link and DM me so that we can have a conversation, see if it makes sense for us to work together on that. Do that, hand this video to somebody, send this link to somebody who needs to maybe know a little bit more about who they're created to be. And at the end of the day, do this for me. Dominate your day.